Hi, and welcome. Corey with Coldwell Banker here. Interesting video tour we've got today. I was compelled to do it because I have got a listing coming up, and this property actually came up as a comp as I was working on that listing. So it intrigued me in that respect. And when I did more digging into it, I realized that the biggest question I have is that they had just had a $100,000 price drop. So it hasn't been on the market excessively long, 28 days per the MLS, but to have a $100,000 price drop on a original list of 650 is pretty dramatic. So I was curious if it was something to do with the property, if it was more likely it had been priced wrong from the beginning. And I'm not faulting the agent. The agent works for the client, and if the client has a number in their mind, it's our responsibility to do the best we can to support the cause that we have for a particular price point. But at the end of the day, we still represent the client, and we go with what their wishes are. So if that's the case, I think that perhaps the client in this case perhaps should have heeded the advice of the agent a little closer. But again, I don't know. I'm not trying to be judgmental, other than I'm doing a comp, and $100,000 in this price point is a lot of money. So looking at the property, it is said that it is beautifully landscaped. I guess if you like a boat in your driveway perhaps, and an old Audi and a stack of firewood, maybe that's something to consider. But it is 2,200 square feet. It is on 616 West, 5735 South in Murray. So we're going to take a look inside and see what we can find out. So hang on while I spin this camera around. Pretty straightforward. I mean, nothing. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Again, you have to remember it's you're looking structurally, cosmetically. You can do all sorts of transformations, so we're not overly concerned with that. Again, as you're looking at this video, I need you to have those two numbers in your mind. I want you to have the 650, and I want you to have the 550, and just use that as your reference points. So nice sized backyard. Deck needs a little bit of love, but looks like you've got a decent sized garage and a workshop. We're not going to worry so much about that. Roof looks like it's in good repair. So you've got some opportunities out here. Looks like kind of a cool wood burning stove. So let's go back in the house. One of the programs that Coldwell Banker offers is a product called Revitalize, and what that is it offers the client the opportunity to Yeah. Offers the client the opportunity to freshen up a property. So if you're looking at something that you want to sell for $650,000, but you are fully aware that it's going to take some freshening up to get it to that price point, and I would say with cleaning and paint would be number one. Again, I mean, structurally it appears to be fine, but it's, again, as you're looking at this, I also want you've got those two price points that you're thinking about, the 650 and the 550, and in your mind, think about if you were contemplating selling this property, what would you do that would get it up to that 650 mark, knowing that you don't want to spend a ton of money, but you do want to make it look nice, make it sellable. Now, here's an interesting thing. I'm not sure if this door was left ajar before we got here, but again, the interesting consideration for me is the comp that I'm going to be doing. I don't know at this point in time what the interior looks like, so I'm not saying anything other than this is a good reference or a benchmark, so that if we're going into this property to be listed and it is in this kind of repair, we need to make a decision. Do we want to just polish it up as best we can, or do we want to put a little bit of effort into it and really increase not only our opportunity to sell it, but to get top dollar as well? Okay, well, that was interesting. When I was pulling the comps, as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a listing, and this is one that came up as a comp. And the numbers that I pulled up ranged anywhere from 479 to maybe upper sixes, and that's part of the reason this came up, because of the split entry, all that kind of stuff, location. But I have to say that based on our preview, that this property would be much closer to that 479 even than this 550. I'm actually kind of shocked. I don't know why somebody wouldn't at least put the effort to polish it up. I don't know if I guess the cautionary tale is it's important that the agent and the client work together, and that they have good current information that they can base their assessments on, that they can come up with a price that while it's not underpriced, it does, well, you don't want to have to go in and undercut it $100,000. That's crazy. But to have it presented as it is, interesting. But it served its purpose. And now I have been able to look at a comp, and one of the comps anyway, and reference that when I look at the other ones. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today on this little journey. And if you have any questions, or if I can be of any assistance on any property that you have or are looking to buy, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Thanks so much, and we'll talk soon.